Now that seems like a contradiction, but what it means is that there's energy in space that can be tapped. One scientist, or he and his colleagues, call it zero-point energy. Mr. Lazar doesn't believe in zero-point energy. However, I do. And I know that it has to do with a white hole, black hole scenario of being able to get from either a point in the galaxy to another point in the galaxy, or beyond from one galaxy to another. And it is not a question of time and acceleration and the speed of light. It is a question of time reduced to zero and acceleration to infinity. Now, there are a lot of books on hyperspace and how this can be done. Our government has prototypes in the making. I refer everybody to one book that I have found to be Unconventional Flying Objects by Paul Hill, which a friend of mine, a scientist friend of mine, kindred spirit friend of mine, wrote a review of it and found that there's a reason there's a plasma type energy field around these objects, and that's why tree branches are burned off or broken off and it rattles some roots if it's close enough. But that's not only a surrounding energy, but it's a consequence of the energy produced by the craft itself. Now, I can't speak in deliberate, like, how we build one, because then, I mean, you have more information on what I did than I have ever provided in the book. But if you want to reel some of it off, I'd be glad to say yes and no, or, you know, if you would. But then I want to get to the real reason for this book, is that we are at a crossroads now. We don't have time to think, oh, we have loads of time, the world is not coming to an end, we're not going to pollute it. Massive infertility has already started. We have overpopulation, but now we have fertility clinics popping up like mushrooms.
What do you know?
And by the way, the Cassini mission, I hope the president cancels it. I have advised everyone I know to speak out against it. It's the first mission that's carrying 72.3, get this, pounds of plutonium dioxide.
Getting back to the
more than ever any other mission.
Well, getting back to the ET agenda here, was it just one ET group that
no,
you had experience with?
Well, no, I had experiences with the Greys. By the way, the government groups them into the Grey group, or Greys, the Nordics, and then there are other interested. There's a Semitic group that landed at Holloman Air Force Base. I won't go into any details. I was once accused of knowing too much. I don't know how one knows too much.
What is the full agenda on the abduction scenario? Do you know that?
I think it's because human beings are beginning to change. We are evolving. Our minds and consciousness are evolving. Book editors say people are looking for new spiritual roots. It isn't because they haven't found God. They've found God. But there's so much more to God than we're able to give people in their churches. and they feel an emptiness. And this is the first step toward a new consciousness.
Did the beings discuss their theories on God with you, or death, for that matter?
Yes.
What did they say?
What did they say? Well, it's kind of hard to I mean, they don't use words the way we do. That semantically, you need courses in semantics and cross-cultural anthropology to even begin to appreciate what they're trying to say. But I think what they're trying to say first is that all worlds are connected. That thought is energy. And it doesn't stop at the barrier or at any cosmic barrier. And it continues, and it is received. And people, well, let's call them people. Let's not call them creatures, because I've known better aliens than I have men. I'm trying to get to what basically the book is about. It's about love and something that we can't do without, and that's hope. Hope for a future, a viable legacy for the children of this world, who, by the way, are dying. Around 33,000 to 35,000 children per day on this planet are dying needlessly. That's why all royalties from this book go to a children's foundation, a 501c3 IRS designated and watched over foundation. I've been accused of, he's got the money for himself. I don't want money. I want more knowledge. I'm always seeking knowledge. But I want people to become aware that we're at a crossroads. We have to take a giant step. We have to stop digging up dirt about each other, because I have a lot of personal dirt on a lot of people. Why would I use it? I wouldn't. No, never.
Yeah, I know there's...
have some of my critics come crashing down, but I don't want that.
Well, I think
because their feeble efforts and their slanting of it, it's so silly. It's so silly. Bob Dean, who's a pretty good guy, a really good guy, said at the Roswell convention, why don't we just stop taking swipes at each other? Why don't we just stop that? I'm not a ufologist. I'm a scientist.
Well, for one thing,
I don't feel I have to defend myself against anything.
And I agree.
And you found out more information than even I realized you knew.
Well, I did some digging, and other people have done some digging. Unfortunately, their digging didn't come up with certain facts that came out to be true.
In the right places.
But the point is, I wasn't concerned